Hey traders, Akil Stokes here, Trading Powered, and welcome to this week's Live Room Weekend Review. As you know, I've been gone for the last few days, so I don't have much to show you from this week, but I do want to talk about two advanced patterns on the higher time frame. I want to talk about the stock Apple, and also want to show you guys a great example of the difference between a professional trader's mindset and a novice or a newbie trader's mindset on a New Zealand dollar trade we had in the live room last week. Now, I've literally just got back in town from sunny Orlando, Florida. It stinks to be back up north, but home is home. So I got it about 20 minutes ago, and well, when I opened I've been following my trades somewhat. I've had some longer term trades on the Aussie dollar and the Euro dollar, and haven't been following them the way I should. But I've gotten back to some surprises, and well, Aussie, I've had a cipher pattern on here. Let me quickly draw it out for you, if I can remember my shortcut keys. We're looking at X to A to B, B to C, C to D. So it took a long right here on the Aussie dollar, and you can see we've significantly spiked beyond that. Now we're at a major structure level here on the daily time chart, and really the weekly as well. So we're going to see if this level can hold. If it does, that's a good sign for my cipher pattern. Hopefully we get a bounce. If it doesn't, then there's a great possibility that I'm going to get stopped out. Either way, because we've spiked down so much past my original entry, I'm going to have to roll my Fibonacci's, which is going to shorten up my targets a bit. But again, if we come back, hey, any type of profit is better than a drawdown. So on the flip side of that, on the other side, we have Euro dollar. If I can get this in right, Euro dollar, where we're coming off of a bat pattern. I know Jason and I have been talking about this probably for the last month or so. But a bat pattern here on Euro dollar, and we're about 100 and if we come down to hit profits, which are at the 382, I have mine's about 36.20s, I believe. If we come down to that level, we're going to be looking at 150 pip profit on target one. Now, very important that we have not hit that level yet. So if you're still in this trade, you can't go ahead and start counting your profit before it happens. Same thing with the Aussie dollar. You can't go assuming it's going to be a loser. You can't assume this is going to be a winner until it hits that target profit, until you check your account statement and it shows a big boost in your funds. So it's great that it's rolled over so far, but you know, it's very important you don't get scared out at this moment and you continue to see the trade through. So those are the two trades that I've had on my, not on my radar, that I've been involved in on the higher time frames. But I did want to give you guys a video of a stock I've been looking at, and I mentioned this earlier. I did a video on Apple, and I talked about it a little bit to my live room members last week, and they wanted me to share it with them. I was too lazy to do a video last week because of everything that was going on, but I am going to share it with you right now. And on the Apple stock, it's very important. Really what I was trying to get at is I read an article on some site called 10 Reasons to Buy Apple. So obviously I went to the stock chart, I checked it out. Apple's a stock I keep a close eye on from a technical standpoint, just because it's one of the first stocks I ever bought. I have a good and a bad trading story with Apple. I guess it was a good story at the time, but in hindsight it was pretty bad, but rookie mistakes anyway. But I was looking at the chart, and I actually had a difference of opinion. I thought actually short term it was a good opportunity to sell Apple, and if you are looking to buy, this market may push down to a much better level. And I want to share this video with you because it's proof that the same skills, the same technical skill set that I teach you guys in the currency markets works on stocks as well. Now, if you're depending on if you're a trader or if you're an investor, you're going to use them differently. If you're a trader, you can use them the exact same ways we do in the live room, or the exact same way we do in the syndicate. If you're an investor, well, you're thinking more longer-term growth. You're taking more of a you're looking more at the fundamentals as well. But at the same time, you can use these technicals to find out you know, where your best buying opportunities are going to be, or where your best opportunities to take profit or sell are going to be as well. So it's interesting how you can take that skill set from the trading side of things. You can take the knowledge set from the investor side of things, and really bring them together to just, I don't want to say make a killing in the market, but give yourself an even greater edge than what you already have in the market. So check out the video. Remember, disclaimer, you guys read it earlier. I'm not telling you guys to buy or sell Apple. All I'm doing is sharing my opinion on where I think Apple may go, and that's it.
Okay, traders, so something different today. I'm actually looking at a stock chart now. I'm on Apple. For you guys that have been following me for a while, Apple is one of the first stocks I ever invested in back a long time ago when it was $90. And I was young, I was dumb, I didn't really know what I was doing. So of course I sold it for 200 and then cried about it for the next however many years. But I'm back on the chart right now, not because necessarily I'm looking to invest, but I just read an interesting article called 10 Reasons to Buy Apple Stocks. And as the new year approaches and I'm looking to get more back into the investment side, I'm starting to take the price action and technical analysis skills that I've learned in the Forex market and use that in the stock market, not necessarily to determine buy and sell opportunities. I'm going to be more of an investor again, so I am going to take a lot of the fundamentals into account, but more so to identify where is the right place to buy and where is the right place to sell. Because, well, as you heard in my story before, obviously I sold it at a point that was just basically off an emotional decision and not, I didn't really have any reason to sell other than I saw my money was doubled and I said, hey, let's get out because 2 times what I put in is better than 1 time what I put in. But I'm looking on Apple right now. And again, the article I read is 10 reasons to buy Apple. And I'm actually not too convinced about that right now. And I'm following recent price action. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing price action spike up to here. I'm seeing a retracement with some structure created. I'm then seeing a higher high, higher close, so new structure highs up here. Then we retrace back down again. And this is what concerns me. Now, don't get me wrong. Overall view, I think Apple's going to rise. I have no doubt about that. But in the short term, I don't think we're headed straight towards this structure level. I don't think we're headed straight towards 700. I believe we'll see a dip first, and this dip could come right at this level right now, right at our 565, 570s area. And if I zoom in this chart a little bit more, using those technical analysis skills, here's what we have. We actually have an ABCD pattern with some Fibonacci confluence completing here at Apple. If I take my, basically my harmonic tool, I go from swing low to swing high. If I copy and paste that, you're going to see we've just put in a nice ABCD pattern here in the weekly, a small one. If I take my Fibonacci extension tool as well, again, going from our A leg to our B leg and back down, you're going to see we're coming in right between our 1414 Fibonacci extension, which is our minor tool, and our 618 as well. Our 618 is actually a little higher, so our 414 is going to be the major one. Let me just check if we have an inversion. I can usually eyeball these pretty good. I think we're going to be a little bit short, but let's see. Take our C leg back to our B leg and back down. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit short of that 618 inversion, but you can see a little more Fibonacci confluence there as well. But also, if I take my Fibonacci retracement from our most recent swing high to swing low, you're going to see that we're coming in right to a 618 Fibonacci retracement. So there's a pretty good chance. There's a pretty good chance if I can find, I'm not used to using this platform, find a tool to draw a box here. There we go. Pretty good chance that we may see a reversal in this area. Now, again, where am I thinking? Am I thinking Apple's going to go all the way back down to 300 or something like that? No. But I think there is a good chance we can at least work our way back down here, probably to at least 5026s, and probably retesting these structure lows right down here at 455. I think that's definitely a possibility. Let's just see where a Fibonacci lines up with there as well. Looks like a 618. Yeah, right at that 460s and coming into this previous structure level. So I think that's definitely a chance. Now, again, I'm not saying this because I'm looking at selling this. You always want to use your investor's standpoint. At least that's how I feel when I look at the stock market. I always want to look at it as an investor, so more long-term than just a trader would be. You see I'm on the weekly chart. Probably actually go down to the daily chart for this. But I want to look at this because if I'm someone that's looking to buy Apple, I want to know where is the best opportunity to buy. Reading the article, 10 reasons to buy Apple, does that mean I should jump on the bandwagon right now while it's at its highs? Should I jump on at 572 because I'm thinking it's going to 700? Or should I use my skills of technical analysis? Should I wait for a potential retracement, look for a better buying opportunity down here at 460s, have a pretty short stop loss, get my stop loss under these double bottom lows right here at a 388, make that my mental stop, and really just give myself more opportunity to buy this up. So it's what, Tuesday right now, Wednesday right now. We'll come back to this later in the week and see what it does. But definitely looking at a short play on Apple right now. Even if I bring in my RSI, I got a feeling this market's going to be overbought. RSI, there we go. RSI. Yeah, you can see the market did go overbought up here. So we could have a double top at an ABCD pattern completion with Fibonacci confluence, and then looking for a retracement back into 618. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, so as we look back on the chart, you can see that Apple's pushed down off that level. We're obviously not to the bigger prediction level that I said down here, but we're coming to our first structural level right here. So the first real test on if this thing's going to continue down or we're going to see a bounce back up is going to be between 520s and probably this 510 area. But again, didn't use this as a investing call or anything like that. Just want to show you guys these technicals work, and you can see market harmonics held in this case, and we're seeing a reversal. We'll have to wait weeks, maybe a month, to see if that bigger prediction is fulfilled. But hey, that's the fun of making predictions. Now, I promised you guys earlier that I'd show you a trade on New Zealand dollar that we took in the live room last week, which demonstrates exactly how to use that IPDE process. And for you guys that are not familiar, IPDE is a four-step process that every professional trader needs to use. It's identify, predict, decide, execute, and it's what allows us to be 1, 2, even 3 steps ahead of the market and really get that if-then thought process cranking. But I'm going to save that for next week, mainly because the wife's going to be home any minute, and if she catches me recording a video coming straight home off my flight, she's going to be pretty upset, and I'd rather, well, the risk reward on that isn't really in my favor. But tune in next week. If you're subscribed, you'll get an email or whatever whenever it comes out. If you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button so you can be updated whenever the video comes out. It's going to be a great trade run through that you guys are going to want to see, and it really breaks down the market and it shows you guys how we make predictions on a daily basis. So check that out next week. Again, it'll probably come out either right before Christmas or right after Christmas. I don't know. Subscribe and you'll get it. But until then, plan your trade, trade your plan, and good luck with your trading this week.